Welcome to FTN Top News.
The Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education has given an update about its activities already undertaken in order to complement the free and quality education.
Slightly contrast with last year's result, very slight, where we had a total of 94,407 candidates who actually.
Residents around Juba and Lumley have expressed satisfaction and dissatisfaction over the construction of Juba Bridge and Lumley markets, respectively.
They say they can't demolish all my government want here for the markets and car park. Right away, I asked the man, which one I get for this for me?
Ministry of Mines and Natural Resources has launched the 2018 Sierra Leone Supplement of Mining Journal at the Miata Conference Center in Freetown.
You are watching FTN Top News.
Broadcasting live from our studio here at 2 Godrich Street in Freetown. You're watching and listening to FTN Top News on Channel 35 and on Freetown Radio 90.4 FM with me, Robert Charles Davis. In this edition of Top Pan News, we've got stories making news in and around the country all lined up. We begin with our first story. President Julius Maada Bio has on the 14th November launched the Lumley Market and Juba Bridge construction projects that worth $2.4 million and $1.5 million respectively. But what is the reaction of residents around the construction area? FTN's Bilkis Subari has the details.
President Julius Maada Bio assured the public that the project will last for 6 months and will help to reduce the traffic congestion for vehicles and pedestrians coming from the peninsula and will also complement road safety.
We are not just building a bridge for the sake of building a bridge. We are also planning to implement other general improvement programs around the bridge location that will improve pedestrian traffic flow, street trading, vehicular movement, and most importantly, road safety. We are planning a new market area and planning to provide ample off-street parking for all vehicles.
As the construction of the bridge and market will occupy areas of residents and other businesses in the community, people living around the surrounding will be greatly affected and are expecting an urgent relocation. Paul Bangura, a community elder, expressed his views.
The infection of this Tiwe government bill camp is surprising because from the one when we don't there, they can't say that they can't take party and have a bridge. But since Friday night, somebody can measure the house, measure me with my house, slap me a ticket in front of the account of the man, they do the same thing. They say they can't demolish all my government want here for the market and car park. Right away, I asked the man, which one I get for this for me? They say, well, they will come, they will do something, we will wait waiting on that for me. Yesterday night, the park can launch this bridge. And the car park and market, the park came yesterday, it's a minister, they all can say the same thing, but they're not saying nothing to it. The past government, they said they compensate for the bridge, no more say for the tip, they for compensate, and now they don't tip past the bridge. So I feel the government therefore think about that. This thing don't go from the past government, and they can't go, but the market, this, that, but when they call the big one, the next of kin, they talk to them, they talk in a cap force. But at this time, I just can't in there and say that they do this. But you know good that when they trade.
Market sellers currently engaged in petty trading and other businesses at the Lumley market are grateful for this new development, as according to Aminata Kabia, a petty trader, they are going to have their own marketplace with ultra-modern facilities.
We are glad. But also with a sell, with a strain. We know get table this side, and I don't with a sell. Since the government they are mogui, police they are mogui, so now if the plastic in the open market for we gladly, and our people in Entina Academy they sell. When the most guy come, that's our space. We are nothing like it. I don't know where we stand. This is long pass. Pass for 20 years. By God, grace.
this marketplace be enough for all market sellers at Lumley community?
That story was sent in by intern reporter Bilkis Subari, read in the studio by Claudia Terry Roberts. Moving away from that, after comparative debating concerning the 2019 budget in the Well of Parliament, over the weeks the budget debate continues at the Well of Parliament. But according to our parliamentary reporter, the main opposition party, All People's Congress MPs, were not around this morning due to the fact that they were to attend a court proceeding. Honorable I.B. Cabo was later seen in the well seeking permission for his compatriots. On the other hand, the Speaker of Parliament, Dr. Abbas Bundu, abhorred the idea that not all APC honorable members have an issue in the courts. Therefore, the Speaker asked for the debate to proceed. Let's take a look.
The case, Mr. Speaker, as far as this side is concerned. But I also want to further emphasize the point that matters which can be handled at the level of Parliament should be handled at the level of Parliament. But those that are outside the realm of Parliament and outside my own realm can only be handled by the courts themselves. And this is why the gentlemen and ladies are in the courts.
I will accept the legitimacy of registering their solidarity with their colleagues for today. But I hope we will not.
As far as we are concerned, we are here representing the people of this country. And our representation is very, very paramount to us. And which also means that tomorrow we will be here to take part in the debates.
Thank you for that assurance, but let me repeat again, Honorable Kyle. In the event that they do not show up tomorrow, and the excuse who've been invited by the courts, I will order that they be registered as absent.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You understand, as a lawyer, not determine the timetable of the courts. But I assure you that from our side, we will do our very best to ensure that we continue to cooperate with you.
My order will relate to only those who are expressing solidarity from my ruling.
Very well, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Now, in our club. Through MPs on the opposition MPC party were absent during the first session of Parliament sitting. Majority of members of Parliament, including those of the APC, were present during the second session and made their submission in which they classed the 2019 budget as faulty.
On the state opening of Parliament, His Excellency made mention of improving the security agencies. And now the budget that have been allocated by the Finance Minister to the Ministry of Defense is well justifiable. For the construction of 2 projects at Gondama and Riverford Barracks, to construct the forward patrol bases, and when we talk of forward patrol base, that is where the soldiers base at the borderline. In July this year, we prevail on Dr. Jibao at NRA to host our soldiers at the border. Because NRA has some structures that were all empty. And the soldiers at the border are there providing border patrols in order to deter smuggling activities so that NRA will create revenue.
Mr. Speaker, having gone through this project, I am sure to say if you take this project to any plagiarizing test, it will not pass. It is a complete photocopy of what they condemn. It's interesting and ironical, Mr. Minister. I come to issues raised during the debate. Allocation to the education sector. It is clear. My colleague, Honorable Dr. Koligi, has cleared the air. If you calculate the allocation to the education sector plus that of the salary, you don't boast of 21%. It's a shame.
Yes.
Being the flagship project of the His Excellency the President, I keep saying to this house, that man, the President, is my friend, and I'll protect him at any time I have the opportunity. When the honorable member from the other side said, by last year 2017, donors were stopped. It is no secret that in 2005, 6, and 7, those run us right away from this nation. And it was under the SLPP.
But I want to say here sincerely that this budget that the Minister of Finance presented for the 2019 is a budget that you and I and the nation have been looking forward to. This budget is invigorating. This budget is people-centered. It will change the narrative like any of us have been preaching all over this country during our campaign time. We told people we want to come and change the narrative. We told people we want to make sure that we put smiles in their faces. Believe me, this budget has demonstrated that, and I'm happy at this time to contribute.
Education, which is a key priority of His Excellency the President Julius Maada Bio, the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education gives an update about some activities already undertaken by the Ministry in order to complement the free quality education at the Ministry Information Weekly Press Conference briefing. FTN's intern reporter Mabinti Suma filing these reports.
To complement the free quality education, the Ministry of Information gave an update about the recent Basic Education Certificate examination for 2018 result, the performance of various schools and comparison of 2017 and 2018 Basic Education Certificate exam performance. Brahman Michael Toure is the Public Relations Officer of the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education.
A total of 89,996 candidates, which consisted 45,063 male, 44,933 female, sat sufficient numbers of subjects to be awarded aggregate scores ranging from 6 to 42. And to stand a chance of passing for the next level of schooling with the senior school. Slightly contrast with last year's result, very slight, where we had a total of 94,407 candidates who actually took the examinations last year in 2017. With 48,190 male and 46,217 female. From 781 schools. And at that time we had an aggregate of 6 to 42. This year, unfortunately, we were not able to hit that aggregate 6. But at least we had pupils who were able to score aggregate 7 from various schools.
As concerns of many citizens about the poor quality exercise books distributed in schools, the procurement person of the Ministry of Education, Mohammed Khalil, stated that the first exercise books distributed to schools emerged from the stock of books left by the past government. Nevertheless, the package of books under the present government will soon be available to schools, as they are already printed.
Distributed was exercise books we met in the ministry, being that it was the ownership of the ministry to actually distribute those books. That was why we actually went out, we verified those books, we went through the contractual agreement, what was done. Those books, those contracts were signed in 2015, 2016. We went through the process with National Public Procurement Authority, a team from Ministry of Finance to verify the quality of the books, and it was good, so we distributed those books. Though they were outcry that some people did not get the quantity. Yes, those were not quantity that actually we projected for. What is expected and what is coming is what we are going to distribute to all the councils and for all transmission to the schools.
With all the supervision strategy by the government, will these books be effective to the children of Sierra Leone? FTN Top News, Mabinti Suma.
Ministry of Mines and Natural Resources, together with Johnson International Corporation, has launched the 2018 Sierra Leone Supplement of Mining Journal at the Miata Conference Center in Freetown. This, according to the ministry, is to seek international investors and improve mineral sector in the country. FTN's Lukule Musiske witnessed the event and now reports.
Mining is the extraction of valuable minerals and other geological materials from the earth. Usually, vein, placer, seam, and reef are deposited during mining process. These deposits form a mineral package that is of economic interest in and across the world. During her speech at the launching ceremony of 2018 Sierra Leone Supplement of Mining Journal, Deputy Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, Evelyn Becklin Blackie, talked on reviving of mineral policies and attraction of mineral investors in Sierra Leone.
Over the years, the government of Sierra Leone has partnered with JIC Holding Limited, and through the general support of the mining and other companies, we have been able to target a wider audience with information about our mineral potential, as well as the strategies we are taking to create an enabling environment of mining investment to guarantee a win-win situation for the country and the companies. Under the new direction of His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, we are pursuing policies and programs aimed at making Sierra Leone an even more attractive destination for mining investments. We are committed to transforming the mineral sector to guarantee good returns to investments, while at the same time ensuring that our people derive maximum benefit from this mineral wealth. We are aware that it takes more than the audience of mineral in a particular country to attract investors, and that investors require sufficient guarantees of a business-friendly environment characterized by predictable laws, fiscal stability, transparency, and security of tenure, etc. That is why, under the new direction, we have committed ourselves to key reforms, which include revising our mineral policies and laws, promoting transparency, and guaranteeing security for our investors.
Despite challenges facing mining activities in the country, yet there are mining companies operating in Sierra Leone. Applauding some of these mining companies: Sierra Rutile Limited, Girard Group Sierra Mining Company, Octave Kwedu Limited, New V Resources Mining Company, and Venitco Sierra Mining Limited were awarded for their relentless efforts in developing the country. Since 1930, the backbone of Sierra Leone resources was as a result of mining activities and productivities in the country. Will President Bio's government revive mining sectors in Sierra Leone? For FTN's Top News, Lukule Moses.
Caritas Freetown, in partnership with CAFOD from the United Kingdom, have commissioned 3 toilets and 1 tap for the community markets and 1 for Rokel Community Police Post. FTN's Abubakar has more on the story.
Caritas Freetown and its partner CAFOD in the United Kingdom have launched a sanitation project to improve the livelihood of people at Rokel Village. During the ceremony, Reverend Peter Conte, the Executive Director, explains that this project is one of the promises of Caritas, as health is one of the most important needs of the Rokel community.
About 1 year, 6 months ago, we can launch this project. And during the launching, I've been saying, because we print at the back of the t-shirt all what we're supposed to do. So I say at the end of the project, in complete one, we'll look at the back of the t-shirt again and say waiting and waiting we promise we to do them. So therefore, now be one of the structures and this will be promised we will do because now a need. As we want for improve the livelihood and promote economic life, the health is a very important part and wash have been part of the component. So today, as vividly, we want for Come Now Word come true, we want for commission one of the first structures them, where they commission so many other ones today, but we want for do this one, where they to mama them, the market people them, the people that where they produce food, sell food for now eat, then for they in a hygienic situation, because now that they prevent sickness. Where the one where they sell to we, then get side for go toilet, they make the food they sell healthy.
It is very important for us to have toilets and taps other than soliciting the facility in the nearby neighborhood, which seems very uncomfortable at times. Inspector Hassan Kamara of the Rokel Police Post has more.
Because at first, let we go learn toilet from neighborhood, and that will make we don't believe comfortable. Not only with the staffs, but the suspect in custody. They make with the strain a lot. We take them from one point to another point. We realize we get escape easier for we love for custody. We have a serious problem for them. But today, we really appreciate for Secretary for being a modern toilet like this for me.
The head woman of Rokel Village expressed thanks and appreciation to Caritas and its partners for the development, adding that it's timely and will be well taken care of.
Going down to the police station, we need to get a serious problem. We police station don't get toilets. We they use neighbor their toilets. Prisoner is so hefty. When the police take him from the cell for Krango, bang in face. He jump, he run go. When the police come out with one, I also go for the Julia don't die. But today you don't come pull that cry in our face. Somebody want use the toilet, in the one going to that side, they go grab it. It's so shameful. You go to neighbor for making empty toilet and say, I need market for their toilet. It is graceful. But today you don't come out with shame. More we woman then, you don't come out with shame. May God bless you, sir.
Community development is a brave step to national development.
You're watching and listening to FTN Top News on Channel 35 and on Featon Radio 90.4 FM. Let's go for a short break and we'll be right back.
You are watching FTN Top News.
Today waka just begin for me to better tomorrow. For as long as we dey keep for work on we self, we go most bring out we best. We own best in how we can come near the people and things them we matter to we. We dey look for experience where they connect we any side and they give we sense altered.
Orange, the most reliable network na salon today. Don't put plenty money per network coverage, data service, and plenty other thing there. We don't come near you now. So you and you family them go enjoy the best telecom service at the standard. Any side you then a salon.
Orange.
You know they? No. When you tell me I go join this Rokel SIM couple, from where I download this thing, and I'm not able to get access to my account. And I want to put money so now we can.
Okay, so now this one is really simple. You don't go to the bank?
No.
Okay. Now go to the bank, let them update your account. Make sure say your telephone number they all know, because now the telephone number will make you get access to your Rokel SIM couple.
Okay.
Where you they go? Make sure say you carry your bank ID card and also the mobile phone where you they use, because now there we go download the app for you. Okay, so now you will not get account with me. What you need to wait for? Go on any of we branch and open account so you self go enjoy the Rokel SIM couple.
Rokel Commercial Bank don't make life better for we all.
Look at that. Sierra Juice. Taste of salad. And that's for real, for real. Check it out. Here we go.
Now when you're feeling thirsty, to quench your thirst, drink Sierra Juice. And when you're chilling with your friends, to quench your thirst, drink Sierra Juice. Now when you're chilling at a party, chilling with a hardy, drink Sierra Juice. And no denying, Sierra Juice is the best, the best. Sierra Juice. Sierra Juice. So refreshing, so refresh, Sierra Juice. Sierra Juice. So refreshing.
Sierra Juice. Taste of salad.
Welcome to FTN Top News.
Welcome back as you're watching Top News on Freetown Television Network, Channel 35, and listening to it on Freetown Radio 90.4 FM. We continue with more stories. The chairman, Abacha Street Traders, Joseph Kamara, has embarked on a small road construction project at Black Hole Road community in the eastern part of Freetown as a contribution to help upgrade the deployable roads within the country. In an interview with FTN's Claudette Robert, he speaks more about the project.
The job I do because me is Sierra Leonean, and the job we ban for doing as a Sierra Leonean. Black Hole Road, na place defined, and you don't get Boku community people there, and then get over thousands of people there. Black Hole Road people there, they suffer, and Black Hole Road do not get water. Black Hole Road do not get inferior roads there. All the roads there, people that don't build at the roads there, and they left no more now backyard roads there. Now they use, but myself don't look say Black Hole Road. Now we own country, now we own community. But me they na Abacha, I had to go there. I see people there, their foot there they broke. I don't see 3 people there where their foot don't broke. The one don't die. And Black Hole Road. If you see this road while they do so, you go see the houses there, oh jam. Now the half road where they left, oh bike we use, and now me car with the projects on me own project with the community people there. For say this road there, if for bike for go up, but the house there, then block we. But still we get for manage, we talk to them. But we not get mind broke anybody also. Now I don't call to the mayor. Because I'm the father of the city. And the mayor, I don't send the picture to them. When I say now can look now, the reality, what I don't do. And now, the councillor, himself don't go meet me. This Sunday I will pass. We help with 300,000 with 2 shovels. The honorable, himself, before last week, the cleaning, he go there, he go see say the work what they do, it's too much. And we don't make, almost we got for make 5 culverts. Now we don't make 3 culverts. It don't left 2 culverts, and any each culvert they each 10 bags cement beside the sand, beside the workman, beside the stone. But that 10 bags cement now it go cost me then 540. Now we don't make 3. Honorable don't can look say then call it here. Oh, we don't do it too much, and me we don't try. Particularly me, I made the sponsor the project now. The honorable guy for give 950,000 now we earn, and the community people there not to me one, but for the finance, now me they finance the road. Now we don't put the light. The light, people they not for now again. We don't put 21 bulb. Then big bulb we are put na Abacha from Eastern Police to Malama Thomas. All people they don't cut. And at the road now at the time for fix. And this Saturday and this Sunday we will do the finishing of the culvert there. Because now 5 culverts there. But me no able write project for say African register project. It will take a long time. It take go na SLRA this. Now I call to the mayor, the father city, and the SLRA for road transport there. And they call them for say now this work we don't do. We need more support.
That was the chairman of Abacha Street Traders. As a way to contribute to youth empowerment in the country, the National Handcat Pushers Union is currently recruiting handcat pushers, commonly known as Omolanke, to become member of the union. This is to seek national recognition as a youth empowerment body that will supervise handcat activities and welfare. Ibrahim Bangoa is the national coordinator. He speaks more in this interview with Claudia Terry Roberts.
And these handcat pushers, these are people who are young and energetic people who use their sweat, their bone, to find their daily bread. They transport goods from one place to the other, from one location to the other location. They are mainly found in the market areas of Freetown and other places in Sierra Leone. And these are people who play a crucial role in society, especially helping petty traders in carrying their goods, because for petty traders to hire taxis and other vehicle, it's too expensive, but they usually hire these people because they can pay them a little amount of money. So that's one of the things we decided to form this particular union. And some of the challenges are many. Like for instance, they're having confrontation several times with their customers and all of these people, and also even with drivers on the way. So all these things try to give us the idea, the initiative that we should come together and try to service to form a particular union called the handcat Pushers that will seek the welfare and interest of these people. Because we are law-abiding citizens. What we did first is to see how best we can go through all the process, the registration process. That is to Corporate Affairs Commission, number 5, Company Act number 5 of 2009. So see how best we can register the company to all this Roxy building and all this process. We have already completed it. Well, that's one of our challenges, that we are facing presently, because to get these people, when you think this, they are thinking the other side. So for you to come with them together, it's a little bit challenging, but we are able to get about 405 membership. These are the people who have give themselves and say, okay, we are going to form this particular union. They have already become member of the particular union. It's simple. You just need to purchase a form. The form is out there to some of these, because we have locations, and these locations we have chairmen who are there, and these chairmen, they have this form that they sold for 2,000 loans. You can purchase one, and after that you'll have an ID card which the union will give to you freely without no cost. You just need to pay for the form, and the form, because we want to have your details, that's why we are issuing out the form, and after that you'll be given a ID card. We want to rebrand the way people see them. We want to make them have what we call national recognition, because several times people bash at them on the road. They don't see them as people who are contributing to national development. So we have so many plans for them. If I take your mind back in Nairobi, but this is all what we are trying to do. It depends on the seriousness of the person or the particular individual. So what we want to do is to see how best we will rebrand their minds, their style, because especially some of these guys, what we have realized is that they don't save. They don't have the culture of saving. They come to the streets every day and find their money, and after that they eat everything. The next day they come back. Some of these things we need to transform their minds, and see how best they will engage. We encourage them to save. People who don't save, their future, I'm telling you, is dark. but so we want to see how best transform that. And also we want to see how best we because you go around the street, you see these wheelbarrow pushers and Omolanke, the Omolanke themselves, it's in bad condition, dilapidated. So we want to see how best we can lobby around city council so that we'll find a way wherein they will transform some of these things, like painting them so that they will be attractive to people.
A Catholic non-governmental organization, Caritas Freetown, and its partners in the United Kingdom, CAFOD, have organized a graduation ceremony at Rokel Village in the outskirts of the capital city, Freetown, for 50 students who have gone through a 1-year, 6-month skills training and empowerment course paid for them by the organization. The venture in a bid is to empower youth in that part of the country to be self-reliant. Let's take a look.
Wednesday, the 13th November 2018, Caritas Freetown concluded a 1-year, 6-month training for 50 youths at the Rokel community in Freetown. This project was supported by CAFOD United Kingdom. In an interview with FTN, Reverend Peter Conte, who is the executive director of Caritas, said that they choose this type of project due to the visibility studies and consultative meetings with community stakeholders so as to determine the proper needs of the community.
The word Caritas means love in action, and therefore our mission is to help alleviate suffering, to give smiles to people who are in tears. And so in collaboration with our donor partner, our sister partner CAFOD, we are aiming to transform communities by empowering them. Today we are overwhelmed with joy that at least we are fulfilling a promise of a journey that we started over a year ago. We are certifying those 50 young people that we train in basic skills, relevant basic skills. Before the advent of the project, we met as a community, we listed priorities of needs, and as a community we all started identifying where we could make the intervention. And so today is the climax in which we are certifying those trained, and we are giving them startup tools, and then we are empowering them so that they could go out and earn for themselves.
Graduation ceremony was well attended by community stakeholders, parents, guardians, and friends. During the graduation ceremony, Eliza Silla, the project officer, explains the purpose of the event.
Waiting will be starts from February 2017. We will be come and do some assessments and tell us we get some empowerment program for youth them and the community, and that the community they must go together and forward list of vulnerable people knowing them things they will able to attend some of their skills the name of their choice. So if we see them 50 youths you don't know where they're all now waiting they want for do 9 they train them on not to different thing. So we there so purposely because they don't go through 1 year 6 months training course, and also they not just do the training, they also go on internship for go practice waiting them long teach them.
The training of these youths was conducted in different disciplines including computer know-how, phone hardware, plumbing and motor mechanics, after which they were sent to different institutions of their various skills for internship. At the end, they were awarded with certificates and tools to start their job. One of the graduates, Abbas K. Kamara, expressed thanks and appreciation to Caritas as he tells his story.
Usami go do your internship na Poloko. I didn't go do your internship under a social aid volunteer at Pastor Junction. On the way they made time for car. And after my area, I meet one NGO bike broke down. I tell me boss man, bring it to the car. I asked her what is the problem. I said, okay, well now, the bike from today, I want it to go work. I tried to start her, the bike not be for start. It is start the jogging out. And I check the bike, I look the carburetor, I make sure say what's again, they send the carburetor. And I lose this year, I pay all the fuel. I want to go buy all the fuel, the carburetor, let's see the crank one, it starts, it go. The man before they go, he put on here and they give.
Learning is better than silver and gold, and knowledge is power.
This is FTN Top News on Channel 35 and on Freetown Radio 90.4 FM. Let's now go for some sporting news. The Centre One Football Association, KUFA, has on Thursday held a one-day seminar on orientation on the laws conducted of the game, with over 30 participants benefited ahead of the upcoming 2018 non-division youth championship slated to commence this weekend at the parade ground in the Central Freetown, with 25 teams set for the battle for this season championship. Our reporter Mohamed Zikuba was there and now reports.
One-day exercise mainly look at the laws and conduct of the game, including some of its health implications. Addressing participants, Pasama Sise, Executive Chairman, Central One Football Association, figure out the essence of their engagement with participating clubs to ensure they instill knowledge into their minds before the competition commences.
But some of we na the cold water no more we know. Who player injured na cold water we carry go. We go know today if you good or not good. And some of we now for take you up go wrong. We go know today if you good or not good. And we see don't see referee they run inside field, and the ref game in for them, waiting be a die. We don't see back player they play the football. And we don't know waiting for do for that. And thank God it not been our side now. But really we don't get injuries we don't be now with players them. We don't see we conversion, don't hold somebody. We don't know waiting for do. Even with medics them, no the one they rush for them. But people that we can game say no, that's when the real medical officer not be there. Now correct that issue. So all we put all that thing together, that make we decide say this that the main thing in the non-division where some of them are not playing when the players are not playing na the inter-community here, they're not playing WAFA, they're not playing SLFA. I mean then I believe say the laws of the game as we go talk.
Dr. Abdurrahman Labi, health practitioner, also cited the significance of the pre-competition cardiac test as stipulated by FIFA while explaining some of the health implications surrounding sports.
And the importance of this, just for avoid and for prevent certain, more like especially this sudden cardiac arrest, so they lead to sudden cardiac death. Now because sometimes some man in blood pressure don't go up. Automatically when pressure don't go up, what did they happen? Okay, say hypertension. When I say hypertension, no me say na boku blood you get to. You understand? But the heart they pump the blood at a faster rate. So the blood vessels they all they choke. And when they choke, what did they happen? The water they go with it, so the heart ceases. When I know the cardiac arrest. It ceases. And when it ceases, you get 120 seconds for rescue that person. When at 2 minutes. Above 2 minutes, it die instantly.
In the area of football officiating, Secretary General Western Area Football Referees Association Furi Mara said the laws of the game and the competition law will be implemented simultaneously as FIFA had made so many amendments as of recent.
So they tell you say well, this will competition at one or article so now this we want in our competition, this we want in our competition. Now this number of substitute our competition. Then they call the competition rules. They not the interfere and the laws of the game, and the laws of the game say not the interfere. They all go simultaneously. They don't understand themselves. Actually, you understand which are the new things them, and when the new old things they don't take away. You get for do them. Yes. Ignorance of the law, not to excuse at all. You don't understand this. The law says at the completion of kick, at the completion of your run, if the ball left side chairman sit down so, now here will be the last step where you go take before you kick. The completion of your run means the last step.
The competition set to kickstart this weekend with Pizzo Football Club set to entertain our FC in the opening feature. Mohamed Zikuba.
Well, viewers, that's how they were the cuttings of today's edition of FTN Top News. And as always, we'd like to receive your comments or feedback on any of our news story or suggestions on any of our programs. Do send them to our Facebook page at FTN News or by email to freetowntvnetwork@gmail.com. Or you can also call us or on our Twitter page, or send text to the number +232 78271052. You can watch FTN live on the Line app from anywhere in the world. You can also keep up with this program and all of our programs just by downloading the app from the Google or Apple Play Store. Till we meet again, I've been a presenter, Robert Charles Davis. Say many thanks for watching and do continue to stay with us.
This is FTN, Freetown Television Network.